I will cover some essential drills that will help wrestlers from the bottom position. The first is a hip heist. This is a very good drill to work on in the practice room. I'll show you what we're talking about here. What we're talking about is getting in this position here, like such. You can do it without a partner. Basically, what the coach does is call out what he wants the bottom man to do from this position. Now, I can go in any direction with this hip heist drill. The coach can call out right leg under. That's right leg under. Left leg under, like such. You always try to keep your hips high up off the mat. When you do this drill, you don't want to have your hips sitting on the mat. It's a very good conditioning drill, and what it does is assimilate a lot of the moves that you do from the bottom position. Again, let's look at this again. Right leg under, left leg under, like such. My hips are up off the mat. Let's try this. Right leg over, left leg over, left leg under, right leg under, left leg over, left leg under, left leg over, right leg under. As the coach calls out the maneuver, then the wrestler will perform that maneuver. Again, right leg over, left leg under, right leg under, left leg under, right leg over, left leg under, left leg over, left leg under, right leg over, left leg under, left leg over, left leg under, right leg over, left leg under. Okay. By doing that, as I said before, a wrestler can assimilate a lot of the same moves that he uses from the bottom in wrestling. Let's show you what we're talking about. Take a situation where the bottom man is doing a switch. And say the top man stops him to a certain degree. Okay, I hit my switch position here. Okay, he stopped me. Now watch. This is called right leg under. Boom. I can get out. Say I perform my switch, or not my switch, my sit out, turn in motion. From here, this is right leg over. Okay, right leg over. Say you hit your side roll. This is a right leg under. From here, right here, this situation, right leg under. Say you come to your feet, this situation here. This is left leg under. Okay, you're on your feet, but the left leg goes under, okay? Left leg under. Left leg over, like that. So as you can see, by doing your hip heist drill, you can assimilate a lot of the moves that you do from the mat in wrestling. The next thing I want to talk about is doing stand-up drills. Now you can do these drills by yourself or with a partner on top. The main thing you have to work on is getting the foot out with a stand-up. If you can get your foot out, then you have a good chance to beat the top man. Now, you can do an outside stand-up or an inside stand-up. Now, say if Rich is riding me on my left side, okay? This would be an inside stand-up. I come up with my inside leg. And when I say, get the foot out, this is the situation I'm talking about. Now, let me show you a situation where he stops me here. Okay, so from here, as I start to stand, he chops my arm and brings me back down to the mat. Now, watch this situation. From here, I start to stand up. I get my foot out. Now he chops. I can rotate up to my feet. Okay. So in that situation, that's my inside stand-up. My outside stand-up would be coming up with the outside foot. So from here, I step here. Outside stand-up. Now, the outside and inside stand-ups are done a number of different ways. But here's a little drill you can work by yourself or with a partner. This time I'll do it by myself. From here, to work through my inside stand-up motion, we work on popping, stepping, and turning. That's inside. The outside, we work on popping, stepping, and turning. So what you're doing is learning how to come up with both legs. You're learning how to come from either side with the stand-up. From here, it's like that. From this side, it's like that. From here, just like that. That's a good little drill that you can work on with a stand-up, with a man on top or by yourself. You can do this on the whistle. Now, the other situation that occurs in wrestling is hand control. You can work hand control drills in this situation. Now, from this situation, here's a good little situation live wrestling drill. The coach blows the whistle. He says, go. If you notice, Rich has his hands right on my waist. Now, when the coach blows the whistle, Rich tries to lock his hands, okay? And I try to block him from locking his hands. So from here, go. Okay, now, if you notice, I went directly for my 2-on-1. What that does is teach the top man how to get control again. It teaches the bottom man how to go for hand control. If you get hand control, then you can work for your escape. Now, you can work this hand control drill from any level. I can start from here. I can start with a hand. And when the coach blows a whistle, then I can work for my escape. Some things I might do from here is a sit out, boom. Or from this position here, I have hand control. I may even try to come to my feet and get hand control. We could do it halfway up. Rich could be in this situation here like this, and we could start from here. I could have double hand control. What this does is teach me how to use my hand control to my best advantage. So from here, the coach blows the whistle, and I work to get my escape. The next thing I want to show is chain wrestling drills from the bottom. The first drill I'm going to show is a sit-out drill. You can do this drill by yourself. The sit-out has been covered thoroughly in tape number 3, escapes and reversals. But if you're doing this drill by yourself, the coach can blow a whistle and have the wrestlers do what we call the sit-out, turn-in, sit-out, turn-out drill. Okay, on this drill, basically all that happens is the wrestler goes in first and then he goes out. From here, I do a sit-out, turn in, then turn out, in, turn out, like such. That will help the wrestler on the bottom learn how to go in first and then out. Okay, now we're going to show you some drills with a man on top. This is a situation whereby the coach can call out what he wants the two wrestlers to do. For instance, on this first drill, I'm going to do a sit-out, turn in. Rich is going to follow, and then I'm going to come back with the switch. Here, Rich follows, then I come back with the switch. Okay? Okay, this time, I'm going to do a sit-out, turn in. Rich is going to follow. I'll come back with a switch, and Rich will step across. So from here, I do a sit-out, turn in. I switch, and Rich will step across like such. This time, I'll do a sit-out, turn in. Rich will follow, and I'll hit him with a side roll. That. You can also work a switch, re-switch drill. Okay, from this situation, and we'll do it slow so that you can follow. I'll start to switch here. I'll start to come around. Rich will re-switch. He'll come around. I'll re-switch. He comes around like that. These are drills that you can create yourself. You can have the bottom man start to move, have the top man counter, have the bottom man re-counter. This is actually what happens in competition a lot of the time. One man initiates the move, one man counters, then you may have to counter his counter. Now, I will cover some situation drills that the bottom man can use to help him escape or reverse the opposition. The first situation is when the bottom man is broken flat. Okay, this is just a little drill and a technique that will help the bottom man regain his base. Okay, from this situation right here, what the bottom man has to do is take his outside knee like such. And rather than push straight back up when both legs are underneath like this, what you want to do is push from the side across that knee that you put out over here. Let's turn around so you can see what we're doing. Okay, so from here, what I do is I take the knee and I put it out like such. Now from here, I push over that knee. When you do that, you'll find that it's a lot easier to come back up to your base. Now you bring the knee up, and you're in a good position to start from. Okay, one more time. So from this position here, and this is a drill as well as a technique. You can have the top man start with all of his weight on top. Now from here, You take your knee and you bring it up. Now you push off with both hands across the knee that you bring up. Just like that. Now once you get here, you bring that inside knee up, and then you're ready to go. Another situation, drill, and a technique is getting the top man to the side that you want him on. Okay, take for instance, he starts on my right-hand side this time. Now a lot of times this situation will occur in competition, and the bottom man may not know how to deal with it. From here, here's a technique that you can use to get him back to the other side. From this position, all you do is you just simply go to a sit-out situation like this. From here, you just rotate back to your left side. Now he ends up on the right side. Then you can start to work your technique. Okay, watch again. He starts out on my right side. I want to get him back over to my left side. That's the side that I'm used to shooting technique from. So from here, what I do is I sit out and I go towards my left side, this way. Now he's on that side. This is where I would like him to be. If he starts out on my left side and I want to get him to my right side, I do the same thing. I come to a sit-out position and I go towards my right-hand side. So I sit out from here. Now I rotate this way. Now he's on my right side. This is the side that I would like him to be on. Other situations that occur in wrestling is when the top man has the tight waist here and he goes to an ankle ride on this side. Basically, in this situation, what you want the bottom man to do is learn how to get out of an ankle ride. And there's a couple ways you can do this. Okay, number one is you just sit back into him. The key thing is you always think, put weight on that ankle, this way. Go back into a hand control situation. From here, you can pull up on the hand, kick the leg back, or you can just push the hand down to the mat and start to work for your escape. Again, from here, in working on your drill or the technique, what you're doing is having the bottom man push back, put his weight on that ankle. From here, you can pull up on the hand and kick the leg back, or you can push down on the hand, then possibly start a sit-out type motion and work for your escape or reversal. The other situation that occurs often is what happens when the top man either goes to a one-on-one situation or a two-on-one situation. If he goes one-on-one, here's a simple technique that could be worked on in the room. When a man has a one-on-one, you always twist away from your body. If you notice, that puts pressure on his wrist. It will help you break his grip, like such. Okay, now, if he has a two-on-one, like such, okay, from here, what we do is if we're broken down like this, you need to get yourself back up to this position here. What you do is you come under the forearm, you go over this hand, and you just pop. Once you pop it off, one goes out, the other one goes out. Once you get your hands away from him, try not to let him have them again. Okay, again. So from this position, you have to push yourself up, you come under his forearm, go over the wrist that's on, well, my left side, and you pop it off. Now immediately, this goes out, and this goes out, just like that. The other situation that wrestlers need to be drilled from and work on is escaping from legs. Okay, if the bottom man has a leg in, like this, you need to work on various techniques to get your leg out. I'll just run through a few. Okay, the one thing that wrestlers might do is just a mule kick. Kick the leg straight up in the air like such, and then bring it back down. Another one, just real quickly here, is to go to this inside hip, kick the leg straight back, and hit your hip on the mat, like such, like that. Then what you do from here is sit your leg over and come out. Okay, let's show you that from this side. Okay, he has a leg in. Okay, from here, we're just going to kick the leg straight back, hit the hip on the mat, and then sit the leg back over. So we go here. Now from here, the leg comes back over, and we're ready to go for the escape. Another situation that may occur when the top man has the legs in is that if he can't get it out with a mule kick or hitting your hip to the mat, the next best thing to do is to go towards your back. But when you do that, I'm going to show you a nice little technique in a good way to get out of the legs. A lot of times when wrestlers take the top man to his back, like such, they'll just end up in this position here. And you're really not in the greatest position yet. The top man can come across with a cross face, take you right back to the mat, and still be able to put you in a pinning situation. He can go to 2 underhooks or a crab right position. He can still go to a power half situation, like such. Now, here's the point I want to make. If you're working on getting out of the legs, and you can't get them out by doing a mule kick or hitting this inside leg to the mat, you still want to put the top man towards his back. However, when you do that, the whole key here is to slide your hips low as you put him to his back. That will put you in a great situation to work for your escape or for your reversal. Let's show you what we're talking about. This could be drilled in the practice room. So from here, as soon as I take him towards his back, I'm going to slide my hips low, just like this. Now, if you notice, let's turn around. Once I slide my hips low on the mat, there's really not a whole lot he can do. I can use my legs to brace out. I can use my hands to brace out. And he is in a very, very poor position to control me. You know, once I get here, I can come under a leg this way, come over. I can slide even further down this way, and this way, slide and come out. I'm in a position so that I can reach over his ankle, put my head under his leg, and follow him that way. Or if he kicks back over to his base going this way, I'll just follow him up this way. But again, watch this. And as I said before, this is a very good technique. Not only do you work on putting the man towards his back, but as you put him towards his back, you slide low as you can get. It's like this. Now, once you do this, you're in a great position to defend the legs. You know, if he's trying to wrap, go under your arms here, or whatever, this is great. You just reach up around his head like such, and just pull him up and over. Those are some situations you can work on when the man has the legs in a few ways that you can get out of the legs once he puts them in. The other thing that you can drill in the practice room is preventing him from even getting the legs in. If you know that you have a man that's pretty good on the top, pretty good with the legs, here's a good little drill that you can work on. What you can do is have the top man try to put the legs in, and the bottom man just put his knees together, like such. If your knees together, your base is more narrow, but he's going to have a very difficult time putting the legs in. Basically, you have to block the inside position. Then when you get your chance to work for an escape or a reversal, then you go. Another situation you work on, it's a drill and a technique, is to have the top man start to throw the leg in, like such, okay? Now from here, what you want to do, if you can catch him, is catch his ankle like this. And this is a nice little drill that will teach you how to work for an escape. What you do from this position is you throw him one way and your body goes the other way. You lift this way and you go that way. Okay, again. You have the top man start to put his leg in. What you do is you catch his ankle right here. From here, you lift real hard this way and then you turn the other way. That's a drill that you can work on either side. I would like to thank ASICS Tiger for sponsoring this tape. I would also like to thank my two partners, Rick and Sean. Thanks for helping out, guys. This has been the 9th tape of my series. I hope that you'll be able to use these drills to help you become a better coach or wrestler. Best of luck with your wrestling.